You ready? You ready, handsome? You ready to get this party started? Huh? All right then, well, let's go. What's going on, folks? What's up? How you doing? This is Big Handsome, co-host of Coffee with Carter, host of the Tense Podcast, and I got the host of Coffee with Carter, the one and only, the only baby that drives the ladies crazy, Carter. Carter, say hi to the people. You right. People, you say hi to Carter. Go ahead and say hi to Carter. That's as close as you're gonna get to the hi. This is Coffee with Carter, episode 5. We on? Yeah, we putting them out, player. We definitely doing our thing. Episode 5. Before I get started with the title for episode 5, I want to get into my little thing before I even get started. My little thing this episode is gonna be, I watched the Super Bowl. Oh, you got a little drool going on there? I watched the Super Bowl. I seen the halftime show. Justin Timberlake. Yes. Justin Timberlake is going to be the conversation that I had before I get into my main subject of Coffee with Carter. I don't know what to say about Justin Timberlake. I kind of just wanted to bring it up, but I don't quite know how I feel yet. I know everybody keep on calling him a culture vulture, but we tend to do that a lot to people who aren't black. I don't think that culture has a specific race tied to it. I think it has a specific height or level of enlightenment that goes along with it, but I can't say that it should be just purely, like, you can't tell me somebody can't be immersed in a culture that they're not necessarily born in or quote unquote supposed to be in. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of don't like the Prince thing. You know what I mean? I know everybody keep on saying that Prince wouldn't have wanted it to be, you know what I'm saying, that way. But I mean, you can say that for a million people. Tupac might not wanted a hologram. You know what I mean? It's a million things where the person is dead and gone, and you can say that wasn't their wishes. But it is what it is. Now, my beef with that whole thing is Prince already tore down the Super Bowl live by himself. You know what I mean? He did his thing. Purple Rain. It started raining. I don't know if you guys remember that. He was performing Purple Rain. It started raining and they had the purple lights and Prince tore it down. He did his thing. So with that being said, I don't want to see anything that I didn't already seen. I was already mad that they recalled Justin Timberlake, not for the Janet Jackson thing, but for, it's too many artists that haven't gotten a chance yet for you to call somebody that you've called before. At least in the last, 10, 15, 20 years, there should be like a 20-year gap where if I call you for the second time, you haven't been on here for like 15 years. And that's why I'm calling you again. That was my beef with the whole thing. Culture vulture, I don't know. I guess you could say the same thing about a lot of people who aren't minorities, who perform a certain genre of music or something like that that's supposed to be considered just for minorities or minorities invented. And it's like sometimes people get good at things that, you know what I mean, that are not necessarily, you know what I mean, given to them. Take the Williams sisters. I guarantee you to this day, even with them being in the game, you can't tell me it's still hundreds and thousands of kids playing tennis in Compton. You can't tell me that's probably more now because of them. But when they were doing it, I'm shocked there's tennis courts in Compton. From what I hear from Compton, that joint is supposed to be hood. That joint is supposed to be gangster. What you think? What you think about the whole Justin Timberlake thing? I kind of like Justin. I kind of like Justin Timberlake. He all right. He can sing. You know, he can dance a little bit. He's got longevity. I really like him as an actor. I think he's one of like 10 or 15 people that then hosted Saturday Night Live. You know what I mean? Like 5 times, like multiple times, 4 or 5 times, something like that. He hosted it. He like one of like 20 people that ever did that. That's pretty big for a person who technically didn't even get started acting, and a thing that's kind of reserved for actors. So I don't know. I want y'all to drop a comment below and tell me what y'all feel about the Justin Timberlake quote unquote / culture vulture situation. Let me know what you think about that. Boom. All right, now getting down to the get down. The topic for episode 5. Now, I didn't get canceled with the episode 4 with the racism yet. I'm gonna see how that goes. I didn't get canceled yet. But if I didn't get canceled then, I'm about to put a little bit of sugar on top of your cake with this one, because this one is gonna be that I am episode 5. I want people to start beating their kids. I know it's becoming a lost art. I know a lot of people aren't doing that. I know this is something that you don't want to hear, Carter. But people, you got to start beating your kids. And I'm going to tell you why. You need to start beating your kids because kids aren't intelligent yet. They might be intelligent for their age, but they're not intelligent yet. They're primitive. They are primitive minded. They need to be taught when to do and not to do things in a primitive nature because they are primitive. They are still learning. Prime example. I always got my prime example. Prime example. Cavemen are primitive. Cavemen invented fire. Nobody told cavemen that fire was hot. When they finally discovered fire, they found out by a process of elimination and a couple touches and a couple pieces of pain that fire is hot. I don't want to touch this. Hey, I don't know how to grunt to you that this fire is hot, but you shouldn't touch this fire because it will hurt afterwards. Kids are the exact same way. I am a product of getting my ass whooped on a regular basis when I was a child. I was a very, very bad child. I had a very smart mouth. As you see now, I'm trying to use that smart mouth for my advantage. But back when you 6 is nothing cool about having a smart mouth. But I had a smart mouth. I got my ass whooped a lot. And I think that I'm a better man because of it. Right? What do you think? Come on now. Don't start bugging out in the middle of a show. Come on now. Do you need that fire? See, you too young to whoop. I think you know that. Or are you getting upset because I'm talking about whooping kids? It's okay. 1, it's not your time. And 2, all kids should get their ass whooped. Another point I wanted to bring up. A big common thing that serial killers have in common with each other is that none of them didn't get their ass whooped when they was little. I want y'all to marinate on that for a second. So now, with that being said, now did you marinate on that for a second? Now we said, now if you watching this and you like, oh, well, I don't whoop my kids, I put them. I'm not saying beat your kids like, you know, like they anime and you Ike. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying as a form of discipline, as a form of a last straw, as a form of, okay, it's just officially went from code orange to it just got real. When it goes from that point to that point, an ass whooping should definitely be dished out and administered to children. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I sound like a jerk. I'm sorry if I sound like whatever. But they will thank you for it at a later date when they are not in jail, when they're not in whatever. I believe that upbringing and foundation means a lot for everything. I believe that foundation, what you do between the ages of 5 and 15 could determine the rest of your life. To be honest with you, you people who can remember 5 and 15 and are my age now, y'all know what I'm talking about. We could be having a whole different conversation. We could be having, Carter could not even be here because I could not have taken the steps that it's taken me to get with Carter. I believe that they should be taught in a primitive means by ass whooping, because then you don't necessarily have to know the reason on why you're getting a whooping. You just know that if you do a certain thing, you're going to get a whooping. If I know I touched this fire as a caveman, I know I'm going to get burned. If I know that I skip school and my mother catches me, I know that I'm going to get whooped. If I know that I'm sitting here hanging out on the corner or something like that, I know that if my mom finds out, I'm going to get whooped. It's cause and effect, for a better sense of the word. I want to kind of make this one short because, like I said, I know it's a very touchy subject, and I know a lot of people look down on physically disciplining your children, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And like I said, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry because you're a real cool dude. You're an even more awesome baby. But with that being said, I'm not taking that chance with you. You know what I'm saying? We done came too far with you already. I know it's only been a good 4 months. But we didn't only came this far already, and I'm trying to live the path of the narrow, and we getting you into medical school or something like that. You're going to make something of yourself. All my kids is going to make something of themselves, and I think that's going to pay a lot to them being disciplined. Them knowing that, hey, I don't know if I should go do the stuff that all my other friends are doing. I just know that if I follow them and my peoples ain't feeling it, then I'm going to get a whooping. Bottom line, whoop your kids. Whoop your kids. When they get out of line, whoop your kids. I know what stopped me from doing a lot of bad things when I was younger, and I didn't even know that they were bad necessarily, was that, my mom's find out she crazy from like a 10, 15, 20 year span. I swore our mother was like a hitman on the low. Like she was like Mrs. Smith, but Mr. and Mrs. Smith got divorced and she had me afterwards. I believe my mother was a hit woman / serial killer for mad long. With that being said, you're supposed to put, if your child don't like you, that's another point. Now that's my PCA part. Your child don't like you, good. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be friends. You guys, peers are your friends. People in your age group are your friends, and that goes the same thing for your kids. Stop being your kids' friends. Stop being your kids' friends. You're not their friend. You're their parent. You can do friendly things with them. We can sit down and play some video games or some board games or watch a movie, you know what I mean, play around. Hey, I push Carter a little bit. Hey. That's about as far as it should go. Stop caring what your kids think. Honestly, if you have a choice between being your kid's parent or your friend, please choose the first one. Please be a parent. Because I'm going to tell you why. Not saying that friends aren't needed in your child's life, but they'll find friends. They'll find friends that are their age, and that's who they'll hang out with and probably do stuff that they say before you say it. That's just the way the world goes. People listen to their peers more than listen to their parents or loved ones. That's just the way the world works. But do not be your kid's friends. Your kid will get friends. You'll get friends. Do not be your kid's friend. Stop being. I'm sick and tired of everybody being, that's my buddy right there. That's my BFF. And all that type of stuff. No, that's not your BFF. My daughter asked me, were we friends the other day? I told her no. You got friends in school. I got friends at work and outside of work and all that type of stuff. We're friend out. We don't need any more friends. What you need is a solid parent in your life, and I need a daughter to keep me grounded. I need a son to keep me, going. You know what I mean? I need stuff like that. We all need each other. If we didn't need each other, God would have only made like one or two people, and then that would have been it. Because you don't need anybody else. But we all need each other out in this world, people. Some more than others. You need some people more than others. Some people you need a whole bunch, but we need other people. And with that being said, beat your kids because they need a parent more than they need a friend, to be honest with you. So with that being said, I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to get out of here. Shouts out to that Buffalo movement, and everybody know who I'm talking about. And I mentioned y'all in several videos. We about to get out of here. Carter, say peace to the people. Put up the fist for Black History Month. Put it up. Here you go. I got you. Hold on. There we go. Okay, hold on. I know you're getting a little aggravated. Okay. And I know you don't like socks. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So from Carter, we getting out of here. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe. Don't be your kid's friend.